Hey, what's up you guys? You're watching Team APS. I'm with Alec today, and this is part of the Summer of Yu-Gi-Oh! Where we upload a new video every single day. In today's video, we're going to be talking about blue monsters.
Not link monsters. Rituals.
So, as you guys know, the link format is literally just weeks away. And that means that a lot of people are dropping decks that, involve heavy extra deck use. They're kind of gravitating towards, say, Cosmos.
Or things that can make a lot of tokens.
Yeah, or that. Cosmos, Dark Magician, those decks that don't really need to have an extra deck. But what not a lot of people are talking about are ritual monsters.
You people sleep. Oh, so sleep.
Yeah.
Time to wake up.
I was just thinking about this the other day because, fusions and synchros and xyzs, they all, they're only going to be limited to the one extra deck slot unless they can incorporate link monsters, which will give them some more extra deck slots. And that's
of course, link monsters aren't really meant. They're not designed to work well with our current decks.
Right, but then I was like, hey, what about things like Nekroz? What about things like Cyber Angels? And even maybe some of the more obscure things like Jiske or Prediction Princess, BLS.
Shino birds.
Or those, sure. What about them? Because they aren't limited by that extra deck zone, and their decks aren't really hampered at all.
And it wasn't like they were necessarily bad. It was just
yeah, that's true.
All the extra deck summoning has kind of pushed them out the way.
Right. So let's kind of think about it like one by one, right? Cyber Angels. You actually tried to build this.
Yes,
right?
I have a Heretic Cyber Angel build. It was more inferior to the
Seraph one, right?
Yeah, to the Seraph model.
Popular model.
And it's not that Cyber Angels ever just became bad or they got hit on the ban list.
There was even a little bit of hype for them at the start.
Yeah, Cyber Angels are a pretty consistent deck, and they can make impressive boards being a bunch of light monsters, and you can make some cool xyz options because of that.
Yeah, and not to mention, they did a good job of keeping advantage because they all got effects when they were attributed.
Mm-hmm.
So you never felt like you were losing too much. You could tech in different things. Herald of Perfection kind of came to mind.
That card.
Like he was building Heretics,
yeah.
Star Saros, those all worked really well.
I'd recommend the Star Saros more, but that's just
and you even have
experience.
Your Ritual Sanctuary, which actually helps a lot of consistency problems.
It helps with consistency, and it can even help you.
It resummons fairies.
Yeah, you can kind of recur some of your older cards from last turn, this turn, and
yeah, it's kind of their Draconic Diagram, to be honest. In a manner of speaking.
Yeah, it's their version of fusion.
Recycling.
Fusion recycling plant
station. Yeah. So I think that deck honestly could be great. In fact, when you think about cards like Herald of Perfection in particular, it sits there with 2,800 defense, and you just pitch fairies and negate stuff. In a format where that can't really get overpowered as much by synchros and xyzs anymore.
Castel,
yeah,
a huge
all those
number
outs,
of just kind of easy
Honor Arc
outs.
and all that stuff. It's maybe that deck could actually be a little bit better. Cyber Angels can even just attack themselves. They don't, because they all have decent stats, and whenever you tribute summon them, they recur.
They have an on-field effect, they have a tribute effect. They're kind of built like a meta deck.
Yeah, they honestly are, and there was hype. Like I said, I remember when Ben 10 was maybe $20 or so. It's kind of hard to pull.
Then they've all been reprinted now, so it's actually a lot easier to get their hands on.
One good reason to buy Dimensional Guardians.
Still don't buy them.
Yeah,
get the singles.
It's not worth it. There's a reason we didn't upload it on this channel. So, yeah, but I think that Cyber Angels for one could be a really good one.
Yeah.
Now Nekroz. I think that's the one that really more people would think of as.
We loved it. We hated it.
Yeah. You either loved it or you hated it, but no, everybody knows that Nekroz was a really powerful deck. Under
Some
links,
would argue tier 0.
Yeah, for a time. So under links, what changes for Nekroz? Would you say?
Under links, Nekroz, they don't lose anything. The only things they lost was things on the ban list.
Yeah, I think it's the ban list that's really, even under link format, I think they'll just struggle strictly from consistency. Shrit's still banned. Shout out to Shrit on YouTube, the guy, Shrit, cool guy. Bryonic and Unicorn are both still limited. I think, I've honestly thought this for a long time that at least Shrit should come back to 1. But really, you know, Unicorn and Bryonic, at least I think Unicorn could come to like 2 or something.
Yeah, I mean, Konami's already kind of nerfing the extra deck. What
true.
more can Unicorn really do?
That's a good point. And, you know, when you think about it that way, it's like, if Nekroz got that, I think that they really could be very competitive under the Link rules. They still have Trishula, they still have, you know, Valkyris.
Yeah, they didn't bother hitting those, so...
They still have otherwise quite a lot of consistency. Manju, Clazolis, you know, Preparation of Rites, Rhoda, technically, if Shrik came back, then it would be good.
I mean, Nekroz beat Cosmo once. I think they can do it again.
Yeah, I think that that would be a really fun thing. And, you know, it would give attention to a mechanic that has long been neglected, really. I mean...
Yeah, since Nekroz, we haven't really had a ritual archetype. There have been attempts.
So let's talk about those real quick. There's Jiske.
Yeah, you know, they were the first
decent
water archetype.
Yeah, they had a loop. It got like limited. So it's not.
It was a little loopy.
That Gust Kraken thing.
Couldn't have it.
But still, they're decent. You know, like they're a very consistent deck. They have several ways to search their spells, several ways to search their monsters. And now that, you know, the competition won't be able to just steamroll them, I think that it could be good. They could even, you know, if they need to, make Bahamut Shark and totally awesome. But I guess it's a little bit harder.
It's a play. It's
without
not
an extra deck. Its own thing.
Yeah.
So maybe not. I don't know.
Yeah, because Bahamut Shark will still need a Link slot to summon the totally awesome.
BLS? BLS comes
Did we have to mention BLS?
Yeah, I mean, you know, if you like it, you like it. Not my cup of tea.
It's true. BLS will not suffer under links. It only suffer from its original self.
Yeah, I mean, BLS, it has its quirks. It's kind of consistent. I mean, you know. Then there's Shino Birds. They're better than BLS, actually. I think.
Who knows?
At least they can get rid of cards.
Oh, we apologize to the BLS players here.
Yeah, sorry guys.
We didn't have a good time with that deck.
I hate that. No.
Hey, but you know, under Link format, previously we talked about the best, or our opinions of the best legacy decks.
Yeah, check out that video.
Under Link format, I wonder if some decks have to fall on that list and maybe BLS will rise.
That's true. I think what it really comes down to then is like Cyber Angels and Nekroz, more or less.
Yeah, they could be on the come up.
I think that, you know, maybe they're not going to be top tier, but I think that they could be worth investing in.
They're cheap right now. Well,
yeah. Well, actually,
Cyber Angels are cheap.
Yeah. I don't think Valkyris is ever going to go down in price.
I've been waiting for Valkyris' price to bottom out more, but people are holding on to that card.
Maybe for good reason.
Because that one printing, man, they did us wrong.
Yeah, so that's all really. Like, I wanted to bring it up. I think that's something that not a lot of people are thinking about. A lot of people are trying to either break links, or they're going to try to like adapt some older deck, or they're switching to Cosmos or whatever.
Yeah, just not gonna worry about links.
But I think that, you know, pick up your Cyber Angels, pick up your Nekroz cards if you can, because they might actually be worth a look. You know, who knows?
So tell us what you think about rituals in the new format. You know, drop us a comment.
Yeah, we'd love to know.
If you like the video, give us a thumbs up.
If you love the video, subscribe.
If you hated the video, also subscribe.
Yeah, that helps too. We could use a few more haters. This is part of the Summer of Yu-Gi-Oh! Where we're uploading a new video every single day, so we'll catch you guys tomorrow, and if you missed it, be sure to check out yesterday's video. It's gonna be it.
Fast turn.